Tron TRX is going to save Fomo3D. Like, this is crazy. I'm going to tell you how right now in this video. But before I get to that, check this crazy market out. What is going on here? I might have some buy opportunities come up. If you follow my channel, you know I buy when there's big drops. And usually when there's big rises, there's usually a drop on the other side of it. So I like to buy when I see some big drops. And the market's been going sideways. But look, Bitcoin touched $4,000. Man. I didn't know if we were going to see that for a little while. I've been thinking this whole time it was going to go lower, and it might go lower. You never know. My buddy Truce on his channel talked about Bitcoin Millionaire. What do you do if the market goes up? Nothing, because you just hodling. What do you do if the market goes down? You get excited? You get scared? Nope, it doesn't matter. You're just hodling. You're just collecting Bitcoin, going up, going down. The reality is the long-term price of this thing is going to go way up. You know, if you follow my channel, this is about the cryptocurrency revolution. I believe in mass adoption of a cryptocurrency, which is currently by far Bitcoin is by far the leader at this current time. But I believe cryptocurrency is the best use case for the blockchain without question. And I believe Bitcoin is going to ultimately hit $1 million, period. End of story. Look at this, Ethereum 147. I believe Ethereum hit 150. I saw an article somewhere that was saying that Ethereum was the primary cause of the last bull run in Bitcoin. I thought that was interesting. I didn't read too much into it, but I thought it's fascinating. Ethereum definitely has got some interesting use cases. By the way, got a shout out to Stellar. Stellar, I don't know what's going on with Stellar. I saw Blockchain for What Is Best. Go check out that guy's channel, Blockchain for What Is Best. I mean, that guy's a beast. He rants, but he rants about all the right stuff most of the time. I don't agree with everything that he says, so he and I need to do a live stream at some point. He's going to figure the mechanics out of that because, you know, I don't put my face on camera, so we need to figure it out. I would love to live stream and figure out how to do that. And I would stream it on my channel somehow, and he could stream it on his or whatever. We could upload the stream, however we do it. But anyway, he said something about Stellar was having a partnership with IBM, which sounds fascinating in and of itself. Up 9%. I think Stellar was up even more than that yesterday. I mean, I think we had a huge run, maybe 20% or something crazy. Tron, Stellar passed Tron, but Tron's right on its heels. Listen, Tron's been up 0.2 cents. Somebody argued that Tron wasn't going to ever be successful because they were never going to hit $1. If you're arguing about the price of Tron, and you don't understand what market capitalization means in relation to price of an individual token based off circulating supply, I mean, maybe I'll do a whole video on that at some point. But Tron's fascinating. Tron works. I think Tron's going to bail out Fomo3D, which, by the way, I got to tell you this. Fomo3D, it's never going to end. It's never going to end. Every time I see this thing drop down to 22 hours, it's like someone bumps it. All of a sudden, you go back 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, boom, 23 hours and 58 minutes or 50 minutes. It's just crazy. And yesterday, I was looking in Discord, and somebody came in with 19 ETH. Somebody saw the transaction on the blockchain, 19 ETH. I happened to log in this morning, and I made a withdrawal, log in this morning, and it's like, oh my. Crazy. I'm just about to do another withdrawal. There's a certain point I keep withdrawing. I got into this thing at about 100 ETH in the pot, and it just keeps, I mean, it goes in spurts. It moves real slow, and it just pops. It moves real slow, and it just pops. And the community, the goal is to get this thing, look at that, somebody else. I mean, we are sitting here, and I am earning dividends just sitting here. You got to check out Fomo3D. I just go to miscellaneous, go to wiki, quick start guide, read all about it. It's a very fascinating project, and it's all on the blockchain, so it's fully transparent, immutable, participation, all that stuff. Tips, that's right, tips. He knows what I'm talking about. He's on it. So 385 Ethereum in the contract so far, and the Ethereum price is going up. Somebody is going to get a windfall, and everybody else is going to be getting dividends if you got into this thing early enough. But the community, they're expected to see this go to 10,000 Ethereum and beyond. 10,000 Ethereum and beyond. And to be honest with you, when I say Tron is going to bail out Fomo3D, let me explain. I'm actually have gotten on board. I have not pulled out everything that I've got in yet. In fact, I did a little math. I'm at 41.75% of my original investment. And I went in to this at a level that was pretty deep for me personally. But I've gotten out 41.75%, and I'm pretty confident I'm going to get it all out because I just keep watching the participation. This is one of the most active, best communities that exists anywhere. You just come up here to chat and go get in the Discord over there. And I'm already in Discord, but just go over there. It's Team Just, P3D, Fomo3D. P3D is the project that Fomo3D is built on, which P3D has been going up as well. That's awesome. I'm doing all my withdrawal. I'm buying P3D or P3X tokens, which are basically the same thing. This is unreal. But so how is Tron going to bail this out? Because I told you that I'm on clock watch with them. I don't watch the clock as diligently. I mean, I got a life. I got, business and family and everything else to take care of. But I got it on my phone and I check, and every now and again, 100 keys will bump this thing up about 50 minutes. So every now and again, I happen to glance. I see it at 22 hours. I go buy 100 keys, and 100 keys ain't nothing right now. Hang on. All right, so I knew I was logged into MetaMask, so I had to log out. I don't want you to know what I got going on there. That's my business. And my subscribers, if you're on my email list, if you click down below the Bitcoin Passive Profits community, if you subscribe to that email list, then I've talked to them about what I got in here. But basically 100 keys, 0.06 Ethereum. So just come over here every now and again, and I'll just pop 100 keys and buy it and pop the clock back up. And it just keeps going. Like, it just keeps going. Listen, the community could prove me wrong, but I've never seen a more passionate crypto community. And this thing is going to go to 10,000 Ethereum. At the end of the day, it's about participation. Every single blockchain project, every single one. The reason Bitcoin is the leader is because it was first, but because it was first, it was established as the one that has the most trust. It's not because it's necessarily the fastest or the best. Right now, it's the one that's had the most development, but it has the most trust. It has the most participation. It has the most people using it. That's why I think it's going to go to, I think that once people have trust in a cryptocurrency, it's hard to lose that trust. That's why I think that it's the primary cryptocurrency that's going to continue to get developed, and I think that it's going to be the one that leads to cryptocurrency mass adoption. That's just my opinion. However, I don't really care what goes first. At the end of the day, I want to see a cryptocurrency become adopted by the masses for a number of reasons. However, there's a lot of projects like this, Ethereum, etc. At the end of the day, it's all about participation. There's no community that I've seen that's more passionate than this. And there's like this cohesive community where they're all coming together, rallying together. So how is Tron TRX going to bail out Fomo3D? And I wasn't even going to make this video, and I logged up in here and saw, bam. I mean, there was a big buy, because earlier, I want to say this was at 360 something, and all of a sudden there's 20 ETH here, which means there had to be 40 or 50, 60 ETH come into the contract quick. I don't know if it was one purchase or several purchases, but holy smokes. So how is it going to bail it out? I told you, I'm a clock watcher. So I jumped over here. I was like, one of my number one reasons for jumping over here was I was like, oh, this is going to help me keep pumping the Fomo3D clock. So this is the exact same. Well, this is kind of like P3D, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to have near the participation of P3D, or I would find it a little bit interesting. And the main reason why I like P3T, and I don't have anything in this. I don't have my wallet, so you couldn't see if I did, but I don't have anything in the actual P3T contract. But one of the main reasons I like the contract, let's see if I can find it. 10% deposit fee in, 4% withdrawal fee. I have always said I thought proof of weak hands would be better for the masses to be able to use it if it was lower in and out fee, like 5% in, 5% out. I have always thought that. Or maybe 10% and 0% out. I don't know. But 5 and 5 seems like a good number for me, where people are able to transact it and not feel like it's too expensive to actually transact and to use and transfer back and forth, and to be able to cash in and out. And at the end of the day, that's what you really want. And with these smart contract, virtual deposit contracts, you want people cashing in and out, creating volatility. You don't want people to feel like it's too much. There's another project out there, Tron Divs. Tron Divs has proof of dividends. I mean, this thing is like 15%, 18% fee in, or something stupid like that. They have took the doggone P3T UI and everything. That's crazy. But I think this one's like 15% in, 20% out, or something crazy like that. 15% in, sorry. I think it's 18% in and 14% out, or something. That's just not reasonable for a smart contract. But They both have this component, which is a little bit like Fomo3D without the jackpot. This is daily ROI. Now, I don't know if I can see this. Let me see if I can see. I think I should be able to see the contract. Yeah. So here's how this thing works. It's 13. It just keeps going up. I mean, and listen, it's only at 335,000. I mean, I don't know how big the Tron ecosystem is, but it seems like to me this thing could hit several $1 million potentially in the balance. But the way that it works, it's like FOMO without the jackpot, basically, and without the distribution to the P3D contract. The P3T, the way the daily, so there's the main project, which is a little bit like it is a P3D clone, but then there's the daily ROI. This thing, 3.33%, and they're fully transparent. They're not trying to tell you this is coming from some sort of, I mean, they're fully transparent what's going on here. It's a smart contract, pays out 3.33%. Whatever you put in, every minute you get a percentage back, up to 3.33% per day coming back to you. And it's basically just redistributing what everybody puts in. And you're going to continue to get that 3.33% back forever, or I'm going to get it back forever. And then at some point, the contract gets drained. But right now, the contract keeps going up. I mean, it is just couple days ago when I first heard about this, I glanced at it and it was at like 9 or maybe it had just crossed over 10 million Tron in the contract. So I'm using my earnings off of this, and I'm doing both, by the way. I'm using P3T and I'm using Tron Divs. And this one is brand new. So they got Tron Divs, which is 3.5%, same concept. And then there's proof of dividends, which is the P3D. You know, listen, I guess the best form of flattery is mockery, imitation. Listen, it's mockery. When you start charging as much as these guys are charging in and out, I think it's crazy. But this one on Tron Divs, the interesting thing about this one is part of their in and out goes towards this contract. So this contract is only at like 4 or 5 million. You can't see because I'm not logged into my wallet, but it's 4 or 5 million, and it's only been live for a few days, I believe. So I've got a little bit in both of these, and I'm just pulling out until I'm made whole, and then I'm gonna take the rest and just reinvest 50% till the end, because at some point this whole thing drains and it ends. It's fully transparent what's going on, and basically you get in early and you benefit in until basically it's all about when does the market stop donating, essentially, because that's what you're doing. They call it an investment. You're not investing nothing. You're donating to the contract. And if you're one of the earlier donators, then you're going to withdraw the most. And I'm going to be made whole in about a month. And I know, listen, if I just did nothing but withdraw today, like I am, as long as both these contracts are solid, I'm going to be made 100% whole because they're already grown. They're growing at more than 3% a day right now. So as long as it's growing at 3% a day or maintaining, then I'm going to, in order for it to maintain for the next 30 days, it has to have grown more than 3.3% per day over the past month, which it looks like the growth has done exactly that. And it doesn't look like Tron Divs is even that old yet. So I've got a feeling this thing's going to explode. So yeah, I'm going to, if you want to help support FOMO, I'm going to put affiliate links down in the description. I know I don't usually do it, but I'm going to do it. I'll make 7% off your investment here, 5% off P3T, and I'm literally going to be using this to continue to help feed the clock on Fomo3D. I'm telling you, if I've got anything else to say about it, if I got anything to say about it, Tron is going to help save Fomo3D. Well, I shouldn't say save it. It doesn't need to get saved. It's going to help it continue on in perpetuity. By the way, that's a little bit of sarcasm, just so you know. Obviously, I know at some point it ends, but I want it to make news and make headway. I want people to figure out what a smart contract is. And I can just imagine, what if this crazy thing hit 100,000 ETH in the contract? What if? Who knows? It could end up burning you. I'm not telling you to get into FOMO. I'm not telling you to get into P3T. Remember, my channel is all about Sapphire entertainment. I'm in it. I'm playing around with it, but that's my gambling. That's my life. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, I buy Bitcoin on a regular basis and simply put it in a cold wallet. Small amounts of Bitcoin in a cold wallet. This is all play money. Don't get crazy. Don't get excited. Not to mention I have real estate and other investments as well. So, you know, don't go up here and trying to swing for the fences. Somebody's going to do that. I mean, there's a few of these scam projects on the internet. I'm thinking, they're going to take their stacks and they're going to throw it over here or throw it over here. Why would they do that? Or throw it over here. Why would they do that? Because they see it's a smart contract and they need to keep paying their people out. So they're going to, they're going to come in here, especially as these accounts get bigger and bigger. They're not going to do it. None of them's going to be the primary well. No one wants to be the primary well. And this is something that, I mean, there's all of these, I saw this thing, crypto node, the other day, which looked like they were supposed to be making money with master nodes. And I emailed their customer support and I was like, so, what master node do you got that's paying out 0.5 or 1% a day and blah, 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 consistently, right? They're paying you out in like Bitcoin. And they were like, oh yeah, Dash and Pivx. Well, Dash and Pivx aren't paying that out. And I'm telling you right now, if these things continue to grow, and they can throw some of their funds in here, I really believe that's what some of these guys are going to do. And when I say guys, I'm talking about these scammy projects. I'm not going to name names. I've named names once or twice on this channel. I'm not going to name names. And when I say scammy, some people is going to call this scammy. I don't care what you call it. This is a smart contract. You can see what's going on. They're not misrepresenting anything. If you're getting in this and you don't know what a smart contract is and you don't feel comfortable with a smart contract, then that's on you. Take personal responsibility for making dumb decisions or risks that you don't understand. But it's a smart contract. They're not misrepresenting. When they tell you that they're day trading with your profits or they're using some sort of exchange and they're making more money than is possible on that exchange, then that's probably a Ponzi. That's manipulation. You don't know what it is. A buddy of mine said, he told me, he goes, but who cares? Well, who cares? Like, who cares as long as, just play enough of these games and treat them like games. And I said, yeah, but the problem is people don't know. Once you know the game, you can do all the high yield investing, crazy stuff you want to once you know the game. But most people getting in for the first time don't know that. They don't know the game. That's why there's a story that makes it look like it somehow should be legit. Anyway, I should do a whole video on that another time. The market's going crazy. That makes all this fascinating. Fomo3D is going to the freaking moon, and I'm going to use Tron to help do it. By the way, I got to say something about Tron. I just got to say this. When I do a withdrawal or I buy something on Ethereum, it takes a while. Like I do a withdrawal from here, and it takes a while. I mean, it has taken 10, 15 minutes in a couple of cases, and I'm like, why in the world? I increased the GUI and everything, and it just takes forever. You make a withdrawal from Tron, man, and it's like minutes. I think Tron is going to go further. I mean, I know a lot of people hate on Tron, which I think is ridiculous. I think Tron's going to go further just because of the usability. Just because of the usability. Somebody needs to take Tron out of the gaming dApp space, or maybe not. Maybe it needs to stay there. I don't know. What are your thoughts about that? What do you think about the future of Tron? I know some of you hate it, but here's what I'm going to tell you. If I have anything to say about it, Tron's going to save Fomo3D. Hey, with a markets like this, I hope you're hodling. I hope you're hodling. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. You are now part of the cryptocurrency revolution.